That really means about 260. It's 10% off. It's not quite at 300. All right. I was going to give you an update on the char-griller legacy grill. I kind of use it as a smoker. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's not bad. I'm doing some ribs today for a cook-off, and I've got all kinds of grills going. I got an old Weber, and I've got a electric smoker going, but there's only so much I can put in each one of these, so I'm using this. It's been going since 8 o'clock. She's holding the temperature. It's saying on here it's like 280, but it's really 246. She's holding it pretty well. You can see I've tried to block off some of the leaks. I put some, high test or high insulating tape around it to kind of seal it off a little bit more. Close it off. She doesn't leak that bad. And things are charring up a little too much. I'm gonna have to flip them. Gonna let this slow cook all day. These look awesome. Well, she's been on there for a while now, but I had to add some more coals to her, but she's doing really well. She's holding 225. And she generates a fair amount of smoke when you put the chips in, so. I just put new ones in, so it's not that smoky, but they're charring up nice. All right, give me an update on the char-griller legacy. It's really just a charcoal grill. It's just huge. It's great for putting lots of racks of ribs on, though. Everybody tells me, oh, you can't use it as a smoker. Well, I mean, it's not going to get great smoke flavor like you do on one of those things over there. But it does plenty good if you ask me. Like, you gotta get the right kind of charcoal. You gotta buy some nice premium natural lump charcoal to help you get a nice long slow burn. You throw your wood chips in, everything, you get your smoke. My problem is that after you have a few hours of it going, the wood chips you put in there, they just burn up no matter how much you soaked them or whatever. But I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. I'm having a heat issue right now. We've been out here since 8 a.m. this morning cooking, and it's now, I don't know, noon, so we're 4 hours into it. And it keeps spiking on the heat, and I've had to dump water on it recently to kind of cool it down. But she's still doing good. I really like the grill. I mean, it is fantastic for cooking a large number of like chicken breast or for like ribs and so forth. I have a smoker going with, 3 half racks in it. So a total of 6 half racks, 3 full racks. I have a big, huge St. Louis style rib rack on this one. And I like to do it on the grill because you get that nice, indirect heat. You get that nice char on it the whole time you're cooking it. And the smoker is just too easy. This is harder because you have to constantly stay out here. You have to constantly monitor the heat. She'll dip on you. I've got an iGrill Mini hooked up to it, and the iGrill is telling me now that it's running hotter than than the gauge is telling me, which is a little weird. Right now, it's saying it's pretty low. It was off by about 10% usually when I check it, but right now it's been pretty much running spot on. I don't know why. So you can see she's a little low. I'm gonna get the air in there and get her up some. And I did get some tape to seal the leaks. And I put some aluminum foil down here to keep, you know, a lot of smoke was sneaking out of the, what do you call it, the ash grill or the ashtray, and then around here was leaking pretty bad, so I put the tape on that too. But for the most part, she does just fine. Oh yeah, you can't cook ribs on a charcoal grill. Oh hell yeah, you can. Look at that. Pull it away from the bone. That looks good. Smokers, they look pretty good. These are probably the best. And this is my piece de resistance. This is the St. Louis style Brontosaurus ribs. These things are huge. They came out nice though. Look at them, man. That's about the best color at all of them. Off that bone. Look good. Well, the ribs finished good enough to finish in second place. I was told I was one vote out of first place, but they came out pretty good. Things I would definitely do over differently. The ones that were on the smoker had a great smoky flavor to them. A lot of really good, you know, hickory taste. And they were tender, but they were not fall off the bone type tender that I would have expected in a smoker. I was kind of shocked by that. But a smoker is very easy to do. You basically get it going. You throw your ribs in there for the first 3 hours. You take them out. You wrap them up. Put a little bit of apple juice in there with them. You seal them up in aluminum foil. Put them back in for 2 more hours. Then you take them off. You unwrap them. You coat them with barbecue sauce and throw them in there for the last hour. Came out with a really good color. They came out, you know, tender, and they came out tasty with a lot of smoke. They just weren't as tender as I'd expected. The ones that I did on the grill, the St. Louis rack, they came out by far the best. It was a huge rack. I kind of struggled a little bit with the heat after about 3 hours. That was my problem with those. The coals started getting cold. I put in too many coals and the heat spiked up and I had trouble getting it back down. If I had only put in the right amount of coals or jumped on the heat a little bit sooner, I think those, but they came out with a really nice charcoal taste, and they were super tender. I mean, they were like really tender and good. A lot of flavor in those. Those are the ones I probably should have entered into the round for the judges, but didn't want to do that because they're St. Louis and they have a little bit of fat on them. I thought they might turn people off, so I put the baby backs in from the smoker. The other set is how I normally make them. It's the super easy way of making ribs. You basically, you know, you take your ribs, you put the rub on them the night before, you wrap them in aluminum foil, you stick them in your refrigerator overnight. The next morning, you take them out, you put them in an oven at 300 degrees, you let them cook for 3 hours. They pull back a full ½ an inch off the bone. The bones are usually falling out of them when you take them out. You gotta let them rest for about an hour. While you're letting them rest, you go and fire up a grill and get that about 350 degrees or so. Not even that much, actually. You probably want to get it like, again, 250, around 250, you know, maybe 300 at the most, but probably 250 would be better. And you gotta sauce them up, throw them on the grill, and let them, you know, marinate on a grill for about around 250 degrees for a good solid hour if you can get it that long. If you get to heat up too high, you're not gonna be able to leave them on there that long. But they will always come out, fall off the bone tender. They just don't have as much flavor when you do them that way. So I'm gonna try doing them again on the Legacy char-griller. They came out just really well. And everybody that tried those thought those were great. Nobody complained about any of the other ones either. They all thought they were good, but the St. Louis ones really were fantastic. So we'll try that again next time and see how we do.